Hello, GenderqueerChat viewers. Christina here for your Wednesdays on GenderqueerChat. The topic this week is to talk about harassment and mockery, which of course can be potentially triggering, but I haven't really had a whole lot of harassment and mockery lately in the last several years. So especially concerning gender or sexuality, so I have no problem talking about this topic. Yeah, I've been very lucky. I haven't really experienced a whole lot of harassment and mockery lately. And again, especially concerning gender and sexuality. I've been very lucky. I haven't really experienced too much in that way at all in my entire life. I've had more internalized issues with my sexuality and not so much gender, but yeah, I mean, I had that, but I didn't really have outright harassment and mockery from other people for the most part. I can pretty much count on high school. I was incredibly lucky. I can pretty much count on at the very most both hands, probably more like one hand, the amount of times that people actually, like, verbally made fun of me, like, in front of me. I mean, there are times when people have done stupid things behind my back, but that's also not been too much. I had a very, very lucky high school experience, and, since then I haven't really been socializing that much. I mean, I have, but it's not been to the extent of, I don't know, people are just a little bit better at things like that, like not being complete douches in front of your face, at least for me, personally, in my life, since I've left high school. So, yeah, no, in terms of gender and sexuality, I've been very, very lucky, and I think part of that is because I think I have a privilege of just not looking all that much out of the norm, which is a privilege, I think, because I don't get harassed. I mean, I've never gotten harassed on the street or anything like that. The only time that I've ever gotten a comment about gender or sexuality on the street is when I wore the shirt that says, fact, there are more than two genders. And I got a comment while I was walking downtown, and someone shouted, "That's not true." And I said, "Yes, it is." And he said, "Transgender doesn't count." And I'm like, and I just kept walking because I didn't, in situations of harassment and mockery, especially when it's concerning myself, I don't always know what to say. If it's concerning someone else, especially if they're a close friend of mine, I am quick to get on that and to defend my friend. Pretty much always. I don't see any situation when I wouldn't do that, but unless they can defend themselves, I guess. But yeah, no, I am quick to get on that for sure. So yeah, in terms of situations when I am being harassed or mocked, I don't particularly always jump into action. I probably should, but I don't always. It's kind of a situation where I'm kind of just like, oh, what do I do now? I kind of, as I think either Joe and or Stacy talked about, you kind of just freeze up a little bit. And yeah, so that's kind of what I've done, which is not a good thing. I don't advocate that, but it's kind of a situation like, if it's about me, like, I just don't know what to do. If it's about a friend, I'm quick to actually respond. I don't know if that's I could delve into reasons for why that is, but that's kind of been my reaction. Kind of just ignore it, or cower away, or whatever. yeah. But I mean, you know, that being said, you don't want to like get into a fight or whatever. That's not a fun thing to do. But I've been more willing to get into an argument if it's about someone else than if it's about myself, because if it's about myself, I don't know. It's kind of a, for whatever reason, I just can't get up the gumption to do that. Maybe I don't feel, I don't know, I can get into reasons why, but self-esteem issues, who knows. But anyway, I have experienced harassment and mockery in the past, especially in junior high, because everyone knows junior high sucks for bullying. I mean, high school sucks too, but I was lucky in high school. I didn't really have that much in my high school. And in elementary. Specifically later elementary. Early elementary, I think kids are not necessarily as aware of ways to make fun of people because they're just beginning to socialize. Whereas later elementary, they're like, hey, you need to be cool. And of course, I was not a cool person growing up. Ever. In elementary, junior high, nothing. So, I did experience a lot of harassment and mockery, mostly for reasons of my interests, my grades, blah, 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 looks, etc. So, in dealing with that, I didn't necessarily deal with it in the best ways. I tried to ignore it, or, you know, in the early days, I was trying to be one of, I tried a little bit to be one of the cool kids, which just did not work in the slightest. So that's, you know, can't beat them, join them, but it didn't really work for me. In grade 9, I remember trying to confront this one kid who I thought didn't like me, and I knew didn't like me, rather, and he just wouldn't say anything about it. Because I guess in grade 9, kids can't have mature discussions about, you know, things like that. So, in terms of, yeah, I don't know. In terms of nowadays, any harassment and mockery that I get, like I got this one, I mean, everybody gets this, right? On the internet, you get, like, on Tumblr, I got this message from someone anonymous in Anon, who decided to say something, just a bunch of just useless spew of bad words, and it was crap. It was, and I looked at it going, really? And I responded to it being like, really? What, pray tell, makes you say that? You know, because I'm trying to sound all intellectual. So, it was just dumb. That's the kind of level where you just go, oh god, like, there's nothing even remotely smart about that. There's nothing founded on that. So when people harass and mock you, especially if it's like it's just a spew of crap. It's just nothing. It's that's the kind of situation where you go, I can't even, like, I can't take it personally, because there's nothing founded in any of what they're saying. Now, of course, if someone harasses and mocks you about something that's, like, deeply personal to you, that is a situation that I have yet to be able to properly get over. That happens. And it's not necessarily a situation of, for me, for the most part, I don't think, because sometimes people say things and they don't necessarily mean to hurt you, but, you know, it kind of can happen. So, I am trying to get over those situations. Yeah, I'm trying to get over that, but it's kind of that's a thing that I have to deal with. And they don't even necessarily mean, like I said, they don't mean to hurt you, but kind of happens sometimes. But, yeah, I mean, in gender and sexuality, I just haven't really dealt with that much. I don't know. It's kind of not been a thing that I've had to deal. Again, I've been very, very lucky. So if there's any tips that I can give to anybody out there who is getting harassed and mocked, and it's a tough situation. I mean, if it gets to be extreme enough, obviously, I hope that you have the courage to, go to the police or tell tell someone that you trust about it. As cliche as that sounds, it's that's what needs to be done sometimes. But I mean, if it's not super serious, if it's not repetitive, if it's from like random people every now and then, I hope that you can find a way to deal with it and realize that it's not always about you, and it's, I mean, especially if it's gender and sexuality, right? It's because people just don't accept always what's different, right? So, and just because you're different doesn't mean that you're less than anybody else, obviously. And if you want to talk to any one of us, I think we would all be willing to, each one of us on GenderqueerChat, I think would be willing to respond to messages about whatever you're dealing with. So feel free to message us too, the channel. So yeah, there's not much else that I can say on the topic, so I hope you guys have a good week. I'm excited to see the other videos this week. It's a good topic, definitely an important topic to talk about. So yeah, see you guys next week. Bye.